Hello and welcome. It's time to hear what's on my mind on this episode of the Trisha's 2 Cents Podcast. I'm your host, Trisha. There are a few questions that I have been asking myself lately. Like, how much time do you invest in television shows? Now, there's nothing wrong with a good television show. I love it, as a matter of fact. There's nothing wrong with a good series, and I'm all about Netflix and chill. It's one of the ways that I relax after a long day at work. I look forward to getting on my couch and flipping the remote. And on the weekends, I look forward to catching up with what's on my DVR because I love a good show that I don't have to look at commercials because, commercials are okay, but I like watching a show or a movie without having to wait. You know how impatient we have become as a society. And to be honest, I love being able to look at a scene and, the commercial always tries to break up the scene and make you wait. But with the DVR, you can just fast forward right through it. The other question I've been asking myself is, how much time do you have invested in people? And again, there is nothing wrong with investing in relationships or taking care of the ones that we love. And I personally believe that is a part of my calling. I love to help people, especially my family members, but even friends, which become a part of me as family. But I love helping people, whether it's people at work or, I don't know. People come to me, and if I can feel like I can solve it, I will try. And if I can't solve it, I'll try to point people in the direction where they can get their problem solved. So there's nothing wrong with that. And then the joy that you receive when you invest in people is so worth it. I mean, I can't explain it. And when you see that relationship blossom or you each grow from the relationship, it's a beautiful thing. Or if you can solve someone's problem for them, it's a great feeling. And then the last question is, how much time do I invest in myself? So the question would be to you, how much time do you invest in yourself? And this is an important question. I was talking with someone last week about this very topic, and they were telling me about how much they realized that they were not investing in themselves. For example, and this is them telling me, they said they would buy expensive jewelry, but they have a bad pair of shoes that they wear to work. Their feet are hurting, and they know the shoes are bad, or they're old pair of shoes and they've lost their support, but they won't go out and buy another pair of shoes. And I'm like, make it make sense. Again, there's nothing wrong with the jewelry or buying the jewelry for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. But why are you walking around with a nice piece of jewelry, say on your arm or around your neck or in your ear, but your feet are hurting because you don't want to spend the money on a good pair of shoes? It's called investing in yourself. It isn't any different than taking your car to the dealer and making sure it is running properly. You make those investments, right? We make those investments in our vehicle. And here in the state of Virginia, each year we are required to take the car to a mechanic or the dealer to ensure that the car is up to the state's standards. And if it isn't, you have to fix it because they're not going to pass it, and then you're going to go on the road and the police officer will stop you, give you a ticket because your car hasn't passed inspection, because it's called inspection. So you have to get that done. You have to invest in the vehicle. And you cannot have your car uninsured. You're required to carry car insurance in case of an accident. So we invest in a car that gets us from point A to point B. But we don't use that same energy when it comes to our own personal being. So how do we change that? How do we invest in ourselves? Well, it starts with understanding that if we don't invest in ourselves, we can't invest in other people or other things, because it all starts with us. If we don't get enough sleep, eat the right foods, or exercise, it has an effect on how I feel and how I function. So if I don't get enough sleep, I can't function the next day at work. So if I don't invest in myself, I can't invest in my performance at work. And if I don't invest in, say, taking care of my teeth, my hair, my eyes, I can go on and on with this. And I hope you understand my point of taking care and investing in you. We can go on to, we talked about investing in your feet. If you don't take care, it's even down to your toenails. If you don't even cut your toenails correctly, you'll get ingrown toenails. The list can go on and on. But I think you understand what I'm saying about investing in yourself and taking care of yourself. It is more than okay, like, to take a nap if you feel like it, or watch the TV show that you want to if you feel like it. Say you like game shows. If that's what you want to watch the game show. And it's about balance, which we have talked about before. But it all starts with you. I always tell my children, like I said, they're adults now. I said, when you get paid, invest in yourself. Whether it's $5 in your savings account or buying yourself something from the dollar store. It doesn't matter, because we're going to have bills until the day we die. I don't care if you live to be 113. You're going to owe somebody. Life is about more than just working to pay bills. But I can't end this episode without encouraging you to invest in your relationship with God. John 3:16 states, "For God so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life." That Son is Jesus. He loves you and he loves me. He died for us to be reconciled back to God, because Adam, along with Eve, messed it all up for us. Jesus died, but God raised him up from the dead. Jesus conquered death. So when we die as a Christian, we go to be with Jesus. But when we don't, the alternative is hell. And I don't say this to scare you, but to encourage you to invest in your relationship with God, which is also investing in you. So first, accept Jesus. Second, invest in the relationship, which is investing in you. And third, tell someone else about him. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Trisha's 2 Cents Podcast. Join me on the next episode as I give life lessons through my experience, my growth, and always from my heart. You can email me at trishas2cents@yahoo.com, and make sure you subscribe on your favorite listening platform.